Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. We got ourselves yet another tournament race. This is the last match in the quarterfinals in the top 8 here that we have yet to see. So this is going to be exciting. We got Swarm versus Refined Hornet. Both of these players are bug themed, so their powers cancel out. How does this work? Is a Swarm better than a singular Refined Hornet? They're almost opposites in a way if you really think about it, right? Because Swarm insinuates like a group of insects, but this Hornet, however, is refined. It's a Refined Hornet. So really, they're quite foils to one another. So surely the game will not bug out in any sort of way, and we'll have no funny business going on here. This is exciting, though. They're both very talented players, both very good at the game. Swarm, most known for being a prevalent any percent speedrunner and just speedrunner of the game as well, and has really taken a liking to the Randomizer. I think Swarm just started playing the Randomizer seriously pretty much for this tournament and has made it into the top 8, which is great. Hornet has been a topping tournament threat for a little while now. And of course, we're starting with the Warlock preset, which means we get an entire minute of watching these players mist rise to the top here in Castle Entrance to get that extra item check to see what it is. This is the thing about Warlock. You start with the Mist Relic, and Mist does not cost any magic, which gives you access to this Mist Rise technique. It is a familiar card, so immediately Swarm is out of there. Hornet not terribly far behind, honestly, about maybe a second or so. And we got ourselves a fair race, starting with Rune Sword. Pretty powerful sword here. They likely will not keep it. I don't think Swarm found a... getting unlucky zombie spawns. And just like that, Hornet's in the lead now. Very tentative lead. Swarm also getting an extra level up, killing those bats. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, meal ticket. Oh, Swarm gets baited by it, though, and opens the menu. And it's about a 1 second difference. This is a very close race. So both of these players quite good at being able to do the Mist Rise tech, which is good because it does show up a lot in this preset. So being good at being able to Mist Rise, especially early game, is really nice until they find some sort of more permanent form of flight. Another thing to note, Swarm very much prevalent understanding big brain. Ooh, Marcel is a good item. Your stats are quite a bit worse, and it's basically tied. Wow. But Hornet needs to put on the Marcel, of course. Your stats are bad in this preset, similar to luck mode, where you start with worse stats, except for your intelligence. Hence the name Warlock, because you know you're a wizard. What is the Warlock preset? I literally just finished explaining it. If there was a rewind function on Twitch, I would tell you to just rewind. Ooh, Opal. That's a good sellable. And they are both doing the Mist Rise here. Can you get Big Tossed in Warlock? Technically, yes. Early game, no, because your HP is a little too high. Uh-oh. Hornet's struggling to do the Mist Rise here. And Swarm gets a pretty big lead because of it. You need to know that when you change the screen here, the timing of your mist changes because you cannot input the mist input during the screen changing here. And Swarm gets a pretty solid lead. So yeah, it does come down to execution of that Mist Rising. You need to know how to do it. It's not technically demanding. It's more of a timing thing. And then you also need to understand the... like the screen changing mechanics, because you can't like just mash the input and hope that it works, because during a screen transition, the screen transition itself won't allow you to do inputs. And Swarm immediately takes off Sagar and Gaibon, waiting for the life max up to spawn, because otherwise there'd be an insane amount of lag. So Swarm is waiting out the lag storm to Mistrise yet again. This is nice because you're going to fully clear the Alchemy Lab doing this route. Technically, it would be more efficient to do these checks with like full flight since these Mistrises take a while, but it ends up being efficient routing-wise, especially if you can get some out-of-logic flight, like Soul of Bat. Wow, that's pretty good. Soul of Bat acquired. This is why Mistrising can be good. Simply just find Soul of Bat. And now we don't have to worry about Mistrising for the rest of the seed. And Hornet shouldn't be terribly far behind either. Yeah, Hornet, seems like Hornet is good at Mistrising so long as there's no screen transitions. The screen transition seems to be what messed him up before. But yeah, Swarm still with a pretty decent lead. How's the audio on Swarm's end? Can we listen in? Seems like we can just fine here. Yeah, so long as Swarm has the lead, let's go ahead and listen in here. Yeah, getting those extra checks done out of logic can be really, really nice. Because now that you have Bat out of logic, that gives you a lot of information about the seed. And it also makes you a little bit more confident, obviously, with movement, because you get faster movement. It does change your routing up. I wonder if these players are going to opt to still try and chase complexity. Probably not. Swarm opting not to refill mana here. Interesting decision. I guess he's planning on just refilling his mana as he goes. Same with Hornet. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Doing a bunch of item checks. I didn't see the Relic because of the money in the way. Let's see on Hornet's side. Power of Wolf. Yeah, you skip that. No reason to grab Power of Wolf when you literally have Soul of Bat. So flight is step 2 in the complexity chain? Not necessarily. Because Gravity Boots is required for that location, or Mist plus Power of Mist is required for that location, but it's not guaranteed that you find those relics on layer 0. You could find Jewel of Open, for example. You could find Leapstone, for example. Wait, what's going on? Did Swarm refilled MP and now Hornet's in the lead? Ooh, Echo. Okay. Don't really need that. They're both doing these item checks as well. Pretty much nothing. I guess grab the anti-venom for the invincibility frames. And this is back to an even race. In fact, Hornet is slightly ahead. How did Swarm lose that much time? I honestly don't know. Because he was ahead by a decent amount. I guess it was just refilling his MP when he didn't really need to. MP management is the name of the game in early Randomizer. So that does make sense. People who can manage their MP the best, oftentimes, especially with early Soul of Bat, have a huge advantage. Ooh, Swarm doing an extra item check? This feels a little greedy. You already got the Marsil. I guess you want some money, perhaps? 0 for 3. Oh, and Ring of Vlad found for Hornet here. Very interesting. Early Silver Ring check, not possible. They do not have Jewel of Open. Jewel of Open is required for Silver Ring. Swarm almost went up. He forgot he had Soul of Mist. Damn, Swarm had such a lead, but now it's Hornet's time to shine. Friendship ended with Swarm. Time for maybe it's a singular refined Hornet is what it takes. What are you doing? That's not faster. No shot you think that's faster. You're just pressing buttons just to press buttons? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? To save MP? Oh. Still kind of weird, right? Mana Prism? Well, well, well. Now that's interesting. Still looks weird. I don't know. Did Hornet not get the warp? I guess he must have. Yeah, he did. I don't know why that's so loud for me. I mean, if it works, it works. You know what? I'm smoking weed for thinking that that wasn't actually really cool and smart. Hornet did skip the warp. That's not great. That warp actually early game can end up mattering, but we'll see. We will see. I mean, it did earn him a pretty decent lead. He's like 10 minutes flat to enter Aurochs. And we got Swarm coming up on Aurochs. 27-28. Almost a 30-second lead for Hornet, which, you know, isn't the biggest lead possible. It's not the biggest lead we've seen in this tournament so far, but it's still really good. It's a solid, like, cushion of time, considering they are both doing the same route. They have the same items available, same relics. Cube of Zoe, yeah, definitely worth picking up, especially early game. Your intelligence is really high as well, so any damage you do with sub-weapons is even more so powered up. So finding, like, Holy Water would be great. Stuff like that. They're not equipping the Halberd Dagger to dash. Yeah, it's not that much better than just normal backdashing, to be honest. It is better, but it's not as good as a shield because you can't cancel it as fast as you can a shield. So it's like slightly faster. Uh-oh, Hornet splicing his speedrun. Uh-oh. Where did he go? Oh, and he's back. His time is desynced from us, though. Oh, and yeah, he's behind by about 4 seconds on his timer, but that's fine. 3 seconds. That's why I have the players set up their own timers, by the way. So that way, like, if I'm desynced from them, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't actually, like, confuse us because their timers are accurate. They're using the auto splitter, so their timers are 100% accurate. Swarm didn't pick up the Cube of Zoe. Interesting. I don't necessarily agree with that pick. I think Cube of Zoe, especially early game, can be really, really useful. I don't know. Especially when, like, ooh, Mojo Mail. Where did he find that? Damn, son. That's huge. His spells are going to do Insano-style damage. That is the fastest Hippogriff kill. One Tetra Spirit is enough? What? Vorpal Blade? Don't tell me that's Mablong! The greediest item checks. Who checks those items in Chapel? Hornet gets an MP refill glitch. What is going on? This is a circus. Mojo Mail as well. Bruh. They both got the Mojo Mail. Wow, I'm bugging. I'm bugging right now for Swarm and Hornet. Oh my god. Any buggies in the chat? Any bug enjoyers? Any insect enjoyers? Hornet still has quite a lead. Don't get it twisted. But ooh, Jewel of Open. See, that's what I'm talking about. Wait, how did they get? Wait, can you get there with just missed? No, in logic, you can't actually get here with just missed. So that means Leap Stone or Gravity Boots or Power of Mist is at Outer Wall / Library. Interesting. My guess is probably... No, I mean, minimum complexity 6, I think, for Warlock. So it's probably fine. It could probably be Gravity Boots. No J? Not picking up the J. Wow. Swarm opting to do it in the opposite direction. I guess because needed to refill MP. So they're like passing each other. Ooh, really smooth wing smash from the Swarm. Because it's so easy to bonk there. Genuinely so easy. Uh-oh. Swarm kind of getting owned by the Flea Riders. Ooh, Diamond as well. I think Swarm might have made up a little bit of time. He doesn't have a lot of magic, though. That's the downside. Hornet going for a full save, or is that just his first refill? Oh! Hornet saving to save split for Silver Ring. Wow, that's really smart. That's really smart. I like that play. That's something I wouldn't have thought of, honestly. That's heads up as heck. Because this is basically when you would be checking Silver Ring anyways, is with these relics. So it kind of works out. Is Swarm thinking the same thing? No, Swarm is just moving on. And Swarm will likely do this check later. The only downside to not doing this check now is if it's something important, like Merman statue or like one of the rando rings, maybe. This is a good play from Hornet. The only way that it doesn't work out is if Swarm is somehow able to figure out that he doesn't need to check this. But I doubt it. Like, this is a high complexity location. They don't have Spike Breaker yet. Let's see it. What is it? Gravity Boots. Oh. And he's resetting it? No. No shot. You keep Gravity Boots, bro. The trip back is like maybe a minute and a half. Gravity Boots 100% saves over a minute and a half in the course. You're 16 minutes into your speedrun? I would have kept it. On God, no cap. I would have kept it. Power misses their flight? No, Spike Breaker might be an outer wall. And that might have been their flight. Gravity Boots. Because Spike Breaker missed in Jewel of Open. No, because Jewel of Open was... It could be Leapstone and shared complexity with Spike Breaker as well. It could be both of them. My bad. I don't know. All I know is that I would have kept Gravity Boots. I really do think Gravity Boots, especially in the second castle, it saves so much time. In like a normal glitchless speedrun, it saves at least a minute. So imagine this is a speedrun that's like longer than a glitchless speedrun because you have more stuff you need to do. The Gravity Boots is only going to save you more time. I would have kept it. Especially if you already went that way anyways. I don't know. And then the reset for the save split costs 30 seconds as well. Yeah. The more I think about it, the more I think that Gravity Boots was just a keep. I think Swarm will end up keeping it whenever he decides to check that. If he decides to check it, we'll see. Another diamond. Interesting. And Tooth of Vlad for Swarm. So for now, tentatively, I'm going to just assume that Swarm ends up with the lead here. So I'll give him the audio.
I'm interested.
Leapstone. Okay, so it is Leapstone into Jewel of Open. Into probably Spike Breaker somewhere in the caverns. Into Gravity Boots, into Bat. Or actually, Bat doesn't matter. Necessarily. No, Bat and Echo were on the same layer, so Bat and Echo, which means layer 6 would end up being at Spike Breaker? Interesting. Also, Swarm picks up a library card for 1k, not bad. But I thought, so I'm pretty sure minimum complexity for Warlock is 6. So that means that Spike Breaker doesn't necessarily, right? Am I doing the math correct here? We have Leapstone into Jewel of Open, into Gravity, into Spike Breaker, into Gravity Boots, into Bat and Echo, into... If that's glasses, that means... No, this is glasses. So glasses is not a factor. So that means Final Vlad is just at Spikebreaker, I think. Yeah, Swarm also has like damage advantage with the Vorpal. Vorpal plus Marcel is like a really potent combo. That is crazy how their timers have completely synced up. I haven't touched I haven't refreshed either of their pages. That's probably Twitch doing frame skips to catch up or something. I don't know. Hornet doing a full save is an interesting prospect. I don't know why. Swarm also picked up a Dragon Helm in the shop. Oh, man. Yeah, Swarm is like completely set, I think. For like, you can beat the game with this pretty easily. Is he going up? Not going to go to Cat. Oh, he wants to check Silver Ring, I think, right now. Wait, is the game telling him that he didn't do... Wait, the game's his map is showing that he hasn't done Sword Card, but he did Sword Card, didn't he? Why is he going... Uh-oh. Wait, no, he's going this way to Silver Ring. Never mind, he's fine. He knew that he checked Sword Card already. His map was bugged, but it's fine. Or he's going this way to go to Outer Wall? What? Or to go to the caverns? Why? Huh? This is so much slower. If your whole goal is to go to the caverns, just go from Outer Wall. What? This loses like 30 seconds at least. Yeah, this is just the wrong route. Because the downside of doing this route is you have to go past the spot with caverns, the entrance, to go to the spot where you open it up. Where if you go from Outer Wall, it's like on the way. Yeah, if Hornet goes from the other direction, this could help him save some time. And if Swarm ends up checking the gravity boots at that point, then it's a little bit more rough. Is Hornet refilling again before leaving? I don't know about that. I feel like you could just make your MP last longer by doing dive bats into wing smash. It's pretty efficient movement-wise, and it's really efficient MP-wise. We'll see. Speaking of, how is that gamble? What are the current percentages? Swarm with 80% over Hornet? Y'all are putting a lot of faith in Swarm. And you guys are sleeping on Hornet. Hornet is insanely good at this game. 80-20 sounds crazy. Yeah, Hornet's going the right way. You guys put all of your money... This is your champion? The guy who went the wrong way? The guy with 10 library cards and picks up another one? This is your champion? These young people, they don't know about Hornet. True. Swarm literally started racing the randomizer either right before I announced my tournament or like afterwards. So he hasn't been playing for that long. He is insanely good at the game. Don't get me wrong. He's really good. But y'all don't know about Hornet. Hornet's been a tournament threat for like years now. Yeah, Hornet's routing decision is helping him catch up a little bit. He's only one relic check behind now. And it's Succubus, which isn't that slow to grab. We're basically going to have to wait until Swarm ends up checking Silver Ring to determine whether or not he's actually behind. Moon, you should be sorry. You should be sorry. Hornet skips the library card like a Giga Chad. Already has 12 in his inventory. Says, I don't need another one. Giga Chad behavior. That's game sense. That's awareness. Being like, you know what? I have enough. There's no way I use all 5 of these. And even if I do, there's more in the shop. The only downside is Hornet doesn't know how to do Tetra Spirit, but that's okay. Tetra Spirit's kind of tricky. Ooh, Tearfing. Pick it up. Swarm is checking this location, the merman statue. Chat, you know me. I have to say that I would skip this. I just have to. I have to. So I disagree with Swarm's route because I contractually have to skip merman statue. I'm not allowed to check it. It's against the rules. I would have won this race. What can I say? It's just that easy. Just always skip merman. What can I say? I got burned yesterday. Nobody's talking about yesterday. Psh. You guys are thinking about the past. I'm thinking about the future. That's the difference. I'm thinking about winning tournaments. You guys are thinking about past tournaments. I'm sorry, where are you going? Swarm? What? What? Huh? What? Why are you going to Castle Entrance, brother? It's Warlock, brother. You already checked it at the start of the game. What could be up there? Unless there's a duplicator up there. Like, what do you do? He's throwing. 80%. 80-20. This is your champion. He forgore. And uh-oh, what's this? Hornet, the true champion of the seed, said, screw that. I ain't checking merman. I'm going straight to the mines, baby. We yearn for the mines. Me and Hornet, we are yearning for the mines right now. Oh, is that a glitch? In my video game? He's banned. Somebody ban that guy. Badu card? This is a glitchless tournament, sir. Who checks merman? That's what I'm saying. It's the easiest skip of all time. This is a big lead for Hornet. As long as Hornet doesn't like get cold feet and go back to check merman. So also you can, well, Hornet can't confidently skip Grand Falloon, but Grand Falloon has to be Spike Breaker. Yeah, Hornet's going to go there, which sucks. But I think Swarm can confidently skip Grand Falloon. He also always skips Grand Falloon, actually. But with the info that the Swarm has... Oh, no, actually, he doesn't know that it's Spike Breaker in Logic. I'm joking. Neither of them know, but we know. We know because Hornet found Gravity Boots that Spike Breaker has to be in Logic somewhere in the caverns. Grand Falloon cannot be nothing. It has to be Spike Breaker. I guess it could also technically be Power of Mist, but very unlikely. Boom. Huh? Huh? It's almost like I know what I'm talking about. Get out of here. Grand Falloon can be nothing. However, Swarm is skipping, and I think Swarm's back in the lead now. Unless he checks Gravity Boots, or sorry, Silver Ring. I think Hornet still has the lead here. I think we're just looking at second castle with 3 Vlads. No, actually, this is Final Vlad. No, this is guaranteed to be Final Vlad. There's not enough complexity otherwise. Because Glasses was layer 2. Alucard Shield? Oh, it was nothing. Huh? But how did they get enough complexity from the second castle? Because that's everything in the first castle. How does that work? Wait, what? Hornet also doing the intended route here. Wait. Oh, Swarm knows that Grand Falloon has to be progression. However, he doesn't know what kind of progression it has to be. So he's going to go fight Grand Falloon, even though he always skips Grand Falloon. So he's losing even more time, and Hornet's still in the lead. Wow. So that would mean that's not enough complexity, though, because Layer 1 was Leapstone. Layer 2 was Holy Glasses. Oh, wait, Flight. Flight itself. I'm stupid. No, Flight leads to second castle, not just Glasses. So it's actually Leapstone into Jewel, into Spike Breaker, into Gravity Boots, into something in the second castle. It could be Merman or it could be Rings, into Final Vlad Relic. And that's 6. I forgot. See, it's so rare that Flight ends up being in a higher complexity location than Glasses. Glasses almost always is the thing that gatekeeps the second castle, but sometimes it's actually Flight that gatekeeps the second castle, and I completely forgot about that. Wowzers. 2 rings can count as 1 layer, yes. The way that you count complexity in this game is it's whatever the last thing that you find on a given, like, for things that require multiple relics. For example, Silver Ring requires Mist, Jewel of Open, and Spike Breaker in Logic. Whichever one you find at the deepest layer is the thing that actually unlocks it. So, for example, Holy Glasses requires both rings. So whichever ring is at the deepest layer is what actually unlocks it. But there's also the chance that both rings are on the same layer, because then it's just even. They're both on the last layers, especially in a layer that has multiple relics possible. Swarm's not terribly far behind, though. Oh, if he checks Silver Ring, he's in trouble, though. And Hornet has a massive lead. There's a possibility that Hornet gets baited by coming back to the first castle and then checking Merman? That's the only thing he skipped, right? The only thing Hornet skipped was Merman? I believe so. So with that in mind, Hornet actually is in a really good spot. Swarm, I think, has checked literally everything and checked... He's checked everything except for Silver Ring. And he checked Castle Entrance twice, so... Oh, Swarm's opting to not check Silver Ring right now. Also, Hornet showing off the Mist Bat tech to conserve MP. I thought it was silly at first, but now that I understand it's a way to make sure that you don't lose out of lose your MP as fast, that's actually pretty nice. Swarm knows its intended flight. Oh yeah, he can't. Yeah, it has to be. Oh, Swarm does know that, so that's why he's skipping. Oh, so Hornet does a random skip. Swarm does a skip based off of the info that he has, but Hornet is still ahead by a decent amount here. And now Swarm, as soon as he finds that, knows it's 100% Gravity Boots, and I think at this point Gravity Boots isn't worth it, obviously, when you're already in the second castle. So we have 33:55-ish. For Hornet. We'll just 34:07 for that red door. Chat, keep track. 34:07 for the red door into Chapel. We'll see how far behind Swarm is, because I don't think he's going left side here. I don't think Swarm has it in him to be a left side gamer, straight up. Swarm does have better combat abilities, though. That could end up mattering. I don't think Hornet put the Dragon Helm back on. That could be Final Vlad. Does he turn back for it? No. Okay. That could be the Final Vlad, actually. That's on the correct layer. Holy Symbol, that is the correct layer. Oh, Swarm found the Alucard shield. Oh, he has Alucard shield. Oh, that's going to help a lot. Wowzers. We'll see if it ends up mattering. Ooh, Hornet with basically 0 MP. We said it was 34:07, 35:35-ish, so about a minute and a half behind. That's a pretty big deficit for Swarm to have to catch up. Hornet's going to have to make a mistake, or Swarm is going to have to skip something like Creature. That's a tough time to come back from. It's not impossible. He is going to save a little bit of time on every boss, but I don't know. I really don't know. A minute and a half worth of time on fights alone in the second castle? I don't see it. Especially because Hornet's doing shit like that. That was such a clean fight, especially considering how little MP he had. He even had throwing daggers as backup. Hornet's kind of cracked right now. He's looking good. And it's nothing. I don't know. Left side looking kind of good right now. Hold up. Left side enjoyers. Perhaps? Swarm doesn't have that much MP either. He's going to have to be a little bit careful, because that's the other downside. If Swarm runs out of MP and he pulls out his shield, he has to recast the Alucard shield spell, because the spell just runs out if he does that. Yeah, this is smart by Hornet to... This is conserving MP, and it's, I believe, just as fast as flying up as Bat. I think it's the same speed. I'm like 90% sure it's the same exact speed to fly up as Mist as it is to fly up as Bat. This technically could be higher than 6 complexity. 6 is the minimum. But technically it could be higher. It could be one of the rings is at Holy Symbol, and the other ring is in the second castle, and then that ring, both rings end up leading to Holy Glasses, and that's the final Vlad Relic. That'd be complexity 7, which is technically possible. It's just, you know, less likely than complexity 6. The minimum, most of the time, is the correct number. It'd be easy enough to test whether Bat or Mist is like the speed of both of them to see if they're the same. Because you could just have them both fly up this corridor at the same time and just time how long it takes to fly up for both. Both could have both could be Vlads at 6. That is true. If both rings are in the second castle, that could mean that Holy Glasses and Holy Symbol both have Vlad relics. That is also a possibility. Yeah, the only way for Swarm to like super come back is to like basically have flawless movement, hope that Hornet makes a big mistake, and that Hornet's gonna need to have some rough boss fights. Oh, is that a Mana Prism drop? Brother, when his mana's so low, gets the lucky Mana Prism drop? Doesn't use it? Huh? I would have popped that shit. Oh, I guess you got actually Power of Mist, never mind. All right, we'll use this red door as well as a timing mechanism for Hornet. We got 39-29. 39-29 for Hornet. I imagine Swarm should be there momentarily. Oh, this fight should be faster for Swarm by a decent amount, because Hornet's going to waste a lot of MP wing smashing, where Swarm just needs to use the Alucard shield. Oh, gets hit too. Yeah, Tetra Spirit goes crazy here. Nice. Not bad. 40.07 for that. And then we have 39.29 versus 40, basically 19. Only 50 seconds behind when he was a minute and a half behind. Swarm is catching up slowly. And he's probably going to catch up on this boss fight, too. It was 40.07 to kill Beelzebub versus 40.42. 35 seconds now. He's catching up. That minute deficit is... that gap is shortening. Left side sucks. Left side, you can do a modified left side where you go left side and then you go to Beelzebub next. I think that is actually the best way to do left side if you're going to commit to that gamble, because it's the least possible punishing if there are multiple Vlad Relics missing. Yeah, Merman at Medusa does probably hurt more, to be honest. Scrimps, you are right. Yeah, they have the reverse All Rocks Warp. If they're doing this route, they already have the reverse All Rocks Warp. Always check the chapel items? Nah, dude. You have 3 mana prisms, brother! What? Wow, that's a lot of mana. Honestly, yeah, skipping the save split here, if you're gonna go to creature, I recommend don't save split. This is the spot. This is where you save your mana prisms, because I think the save split ends up being about even, if not slower. Swarm, on the other hand, this is his chance. He just needs to commit to skipping creature, especially if you know. Wait, if you know one of the Vlad relics is in the first castle. Aw, you babies! One of the Vlad relics has to be in the first castle. So that means there's only one random Vlad missing. And you really think a 1 in 5 chance, 20% chance, it's at creature? And they're both doing it? Nah, it's not creature. Oh, well, actually, I guess, yeah, the rings do make things a little bit more complicated when you, I completely forgot, well, you know, any left side enjoyers? Seems like Swarm is still about 30 seconds behind. This seed sucks. I hate this seed. This seed hurts my brain. What are you doing? Library card. What? Huh? So, does Swarm think that Merman statue unlocks Holy Symbol and Holy Symbol is going to have the gold ring? And that Holy Glasses has the final Vlad relic? Is that his? And he just wants to get the final Vlad relic now, so that way he stays in the second castle when he finds his actual final Vlad relic, as like a way to try and out. Does he think that that's faster? I'm so confused. If he had 4 out of 5 Vlad relics, it's like, okay, he's just gambling that the last Vlad relic is at Holy Symbol. But missing 2, this feels a little silly. Also, Hornet's losing a lot of time here, by the way. Fred, at the very beginning of the second castle, you have 2 options. You can go to the left, which has Darkwing Bat into Clock Tower, or you can go to the right, which is the chapel. So that's what we mean by left side, right side. It's which direction you go to when you start the second castle. It essentially means, are you going to go to the clock tower or are you going to go to the chapel immediately? Hey, they're in the same spot. Hold on. Same spot, but different castles? Hornet flipped his screen upside down? What? Hold up, I got you. Here you go. Same castle. Whoa! That's crazy. They're in the same spot. Whoa! Dude, that's crazy. Oh, Hornet's a little bit faster, though. Ah, dude. Upside down boners rise up. Oh, wait. They both had Vlad, relics, same place, different spot. Wait, Swarm can't win this now, right? There's no shot. Because Swarm is going to go back to... This is why it didn't make sense to me. Because Swarm is going to go back to the second castle. And then he has to go warp to castle. Wait, why isn't he library carding? I guess he's already committed to doing this route? Oh no, Swarm. He bought 500 library cards, but only used like 3 of them. Oh, man, I'm so confused about this decision. Maybe he miscounted somewhere? And he thought that... Very confused. Swarm is going to warp. To warp to Castle Keep so he can go to the second castle. And I think Hornet is just going to library card. If Swarm had library carded immediately after finding that relic, he probably still had a chance, because I think Hornet has a decent amount of backtracking that he's going to have to do once he gets to the second castle. But yeah, no, I think this is a Hornet W straight up. I think Swarm still had a chance. He wasn't that far behind, and his damage was pretty good. If he stayed in the second castle, there's a world where he catches up on Shaft and Dracula. But now I feel like the route divergence is just like so inefficient. I mean, it's not that bad. I'm overstating it. If he guesses correctly on this 50-50, I think he has a chance because his damage is so good. As long as Hornet doesn't have any more damage for Shaft and Dracula, because Marcel's not great for Shaft and Dracula, Swarm might still win this. Alucard Shield go kind of dummy. I think Swarm has to guess correctly on this 50-50, though. The only other downside is he's going to have to warp to Alrox's quarters and then basically backtrack to the caverns yet again. This is rough. This is rough. If he's a Force of Echo believer like I am, because it's always Force of Echo, it's never at Doppelganger, it's always Force of Echo, I think Swarm has a chance. His damage is good enough. Hornet has the entirety of the library that he's going to have to go through. Let's listen in on Swarm's perspective, actually. Because this is really Swarm's race to win right now. He's going to have to play, like, out of his freaking mind. He's going to have to guess correctly. And Hornet is going to need to not do enough damage. But there is still a chance. There is still a chance. Because Hornet's not in the second castle yet. Actually, yeah, if Swarm guesses right on this 50-50, I think he's just going to win. Now that I'm looking at it, he's getting there kind of fast. He doesn't have gravity boots, though. Fuck, he doesn't have gravity boots, though. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I mean, this race has been close the entire time. Where's Hornet going? I think Swarm's going to stop on the little notches on the side of the double jump from. Yeah, he will. I don't think that's faster. I think the untransformation animation is really... Maybe it is, actually. I don't know. It's probably close to the same. Maybe task level it's faster. All right, Swarm, what are you checking? You're going to refill your MP when you... I mean, okay. Okay. I mean, you had, like, over 75% of your MP bar. Where's he going? Where's he going? The one time! The one time! Oh, he's got Stone Sword! Hold up. I mean, this check is fast, though. I don't think it's enough time. I think if he guessed right on this 50-50, he would have won it. He doesn't have J. You don't need the J! Just wing smash! He's really good at wing smashing! He can do that room so fast! Hornet's got no MP, though. And now he doesn't have enough MP to wing smash all the way there and back! That's why you do that room first! The real reason you do that room first is because you need more MP for that room. He's not going to have enough MP to wing smash back. Come on. I don't think it's enough time. There's not enough time. Hornet's going to need to, like, super suck at fighting Shaft and, like, 3-cycle Dracula. And with Marcel, I guess it's possible that he 3-cycles Dracula, but Alucard's shield is crazy. Oh, he's got Luminous and Chakram. I think that's a 2-cycle minimum. I don't think Swarm's got this. No, I think Swarm would have won if he guessed correctly on the 50-50. So strange that he picks Doppelganger first there. I feel like most people... I guess he felt like, oh, I can kill Doppelganger quickly, so I'll do Doppelganger first. I feel like MP-wise, it makes more sense to do it the other way around. I don't think Hornet has a reason to refill MP. I don't think he plans on using spells. It's funny to think, I think Swarm lost this because he double-checked castle entrance. Everything else, like, all the other time losses were relatively okay. Even his decision to go back to the first castle, which was kind of nutty, didn't hurt that much. But straight up, he double-checked castle entrance. No, they're both a pretty high level right now, so like their damage should be decent. Chakram is a good offhanded weapon. It's going to constantly do damage, especially in enemies with big hitboxes or big hurt boxes. So I think Hornet's got this. He would need to like die, I think. Straight up, he needs to die. Otherwise, it's Jover. He even does a soul steal. I mean, I can't see what's going on. There's like 4 pixels on that screen, but it looks like he's doing all right. I think this is GG's. Oh, I saw that. That was some damage. Not going to be a 1-cycle, though. It's not enough time for Swarm to catch up, though. It's going to be so close, though. Yeah, straight up, Swarm would have won if he guessed right on the 50-50. But Hornet should be finishing up here in just a second. Unless he doesn't two-cycle. He should two-cycle. He's not Use your weapons! He's so resistant to spells. Okay, he's fine. 55, even. That's time. Dang. GG's. It was a close one. It really did come down to double-checking entrance and missing the 50-50, which, like, it'd be like that. I think Swarm shouldn't feel too bad about this, but obviously losing a race this close is always a heartbreaker. We're going to let them finish, and then we'll go ahead and set up the counter picks. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, we're doing another race after this, so stay tuned. And real quick, before that starts, you should subscribe to make sure the race starts sooner and join the live stream so you can watch these races happen live on twitch.tv/DragonBlitz. All right, YouTube, we'll be back in literally 1 second. And we are back with race number 2. The counter pick from Swarm is Lycanthrope. Hornet is up 1-0. That last seed only being about 30 seconds apart. Crazy close race. We'll see if Swarm feels a little bit more comfortable on his counter pick. Coming out strong with some really top tier movement though here in the prologue. You love to see it. Pretty much a perfect prologue. There's that any percent muscle memory coming into play. But yeah, this is Lycanthrope, the preset where you get to start as the dog. The dog go really fast. Goes so fast even, you could even skip death. So I'm hoping to see both of these players perform some death skips for us. Otherwise, you're at a huge disadvantage if you miss death skip. Not a whole lot of damage stacks going on for either of these players, it seems. Swarm makes it out slightly ahead of Hornet. But let's see it. So similar to how we saw Warlock earlier, where you started with the Mist Relic, Lycanthrope, you start with the Wolf Relics. This is honestly like one of my favorite presets to run because no matter what, you always have access to some decent movement options, which does open up a lot of really fun routing opportunities. Certain strats really only work in Lycanthrope because you have access to the wolf movement. And not only is the wolf movement available at the start, the actual MP cost for the wolf movement is also lowered, which is really, really nice as well. Because normally when you run through an enemy, I think it takes away 5 MP. There's death skip from Swarm. And Hornet also gets death skip. Congratulations to both of them. But yeah, normally running through an enemy costs like 5 MP in the normal game, where in this, it only costs 1. So, Asafune at the start, that's a pretty decent weapon. And Tooth of Vlad increasing their strength as well, and 1 less random Vlad for them to have to worry about. Not bad, not bad. They do also start with the Mystic Pendant item, which does increase the rate at which their MP regenerates, which is really good. So with that in mind, it's looking pretty good for these players. Halloween Dagger yet again. Probably going to get ignored by the players yet again. Yeah, Swarm with a pretty solid lead. At least a handful of seconds. But honestly, in the grand scheme of things, it's still anyone's game. We probably won't see any major routing divergences until we see, like, at least flight available for these players. And then it'll come down to trying to route the fastest ways of flying. This is a neat little strat. The aerial untransform, Hornet's going to do it as well, to buffer the up input during the Tetra Spirit, and then you finish the input when you land on the ground. Turns out it's pretty fast. I think it's like a second faster than the alternative. Since we had an entire tournament of Lycanthrope races, this is one of the presets that has the most amount of tech and like individual strategy already routed out. We kind of know what the fastest options are for a lot of these rooms, especially if you're trying to find specific items or like whatever your preferences are. Shoutouts to Fire 1520 for spending like half a year practicing and like executing and showcasing Lycanthrope strats. Swarm with pretty much no MP here. He's going to have to untransform, but that's the thing about the Mystic Pendant. He's going to refill MP pretty quickly on his way down here. Ooh, there's a diamond up there, but he can't grab it. Ooh, yeah, I'd grab the gauntlet. Oh, it's 5 extra attack. Grab it. No, it disappeared. Oh, and he's not getting the snorkel? Brother, get the snorkel. What? The snorkel is so good, especially in Lycanthrope. It gives you the ability to swim up the waterfall. Swarm skipping the snorkel. I would have grabbed it. I would have grabbed it. Regardless, Swarm does solidify an even larger lead here. Swarm is also taking advantage of the wolf movement, I think, a little bit more than Hornet. Hornet did a lot of just like normal backdashing here when like all this wolf movement is routed out. Like there's an optimal way to move through here. Yeah, Swarm is looking really nice right now. I don't agree with not grabbing the Holy J, but, you know, he's got his reasons. Surely. Heart Refresh, I guess for the iframes, sure. And here's Doppelganger Skip. Yep, using the momentum from the wolf. Oh, he makes the jump. Okay. Using the momentum from the wolf to not have to fight Doppelganger is pretty nice. Hornet's going to go for it as well. Getting this first try saves a lot of time. Nice. Not bad. And Swarm's lead is, you know, it's a lead for sure, but he's not going into the library. Oh, but Gravity Boots are out here. This is Kino peak, pristine library skip territory right here. If either of these players, yeah, neither of them go into the library. It's like the standard route is you go to the library immediately. Swarm's grabbing the warp. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Grabbing the warp, and he's probably going to skip library here. Hornet's doing the same. We'll see if he skips library or not. Yeah, just skip library. Straight up. No, skipping library, I think, is the correct play. The only way that you get punished for this is missing out on, like, a random Vlad, or not a random Vlad, but like a rando ring that helps you route getting to glasses earlier. Hornet's not skipping library. Wow. I feel like the whole advantage of this route is the fact that you're skipping library and saving it for later. Power of Mist found for Swarm, so Mist plus Power of Mist cannot be flight. Hornet doing a few item checks. 2 life max ups, can never be too careful. And yeah, this is the first routing divergence of the seed so far. Where's Hornet going? I'm sorry, Swarm. I said Hornet, but I meant Swarm. My bad. Hey, if that's the first time I messed up their names, considering they're both bug-related, I'll take that as a W. The fact that we're already a full race in and that's the first time I messed it up. Now, this is interesting. This could be considered a punish. However, it's going to depend what's in the caverns. So right now the progression is layer 0 Gravity Boots, layer 1 Jewel of Open. And the shop's looking not terrible, but not enough money to pay for anything. For Hornet, Hornet can't afford... Oh, Duplicator for 8K. This is actually why Library Skip can end up being really, really good. There was a diamond, too, in the Marble Gallery, where when they were going to the Spirit Orb check... Honestly, if Hornet ends up going back through Castle Entrance, I would consider grabbing that diamond. Swarm's using the Hallbeam Dagger. Whatever, man. It's okay. It's fine. It's like a C+ tier weapon at best. But C+ tier is technically above average. Ooh, Covenant Stone and a Silver Ring and a Katana. It's Yasasuna. Oh, so much damage. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Hallbean. Never to be seen again. We got your much cooler Giga Chad older brother, the Yasasuna. What is Swarm doing here? What's the dog doing? Yeah, see, Hornet's doing the same route that Swarm is doing. It's just that Swarm is going to have a more convenient library later, especially if he finds library cards, and double especially if he finds library cards and money. Ooh, and Merman statue found. Okay. Good on Hornet to not go to the caverns right away. Yeah, Swarm, I guess, has lower defense, but other than that, end game damage. Like, doesn't have to worry about damage at all. Swarm's in a good spot here. Yeah, this is one of the more awkward rooms to route in Lycanthrope. Knowing how to maneuver the wolf through these, like, pillars can be quite awkward. But Swarm does a decent job at it. Oh, but the Flea Riders telling Swarm to flee right on these nuts. Dang. But I do think it's clear that, like, all things considered, I think Swarm has the lead on this one. This is a competitive set. This is a real competitive set. Ooh, and a Buffalo Star. I mean, he's already got endgame damage, but an extra throwable if he ends up finding the duplicator, gets the money for it. That'd be huge. Swarm's going back to Castle Entrance. Oh, Hornet found a Power of Sire. I wonder if Swarm grabbed that one. Swarm will also be getting the same damage as Swarm. Hornet and Swarm will end up with the same damage is what I'm trying to say. Damn it, I'm messing up their names now. No shot. That's not a Chrysogram. Okay, it's a Vorpal. I mean, like, what do you do with all of this, all these fantastic choices? Like, how do you choose? Come on! Why are you putting the Vorpal is way better for shield dashing, and you're using the Hallbean Dagger for backdash canceling? It's like twice as slow. What? Are you guys all smoking crack? Use the Vorpal. It's actually better than a shield for shield dashing, because you cannot do bad shield dashing with the Vorpal Blade. You know how if you pull up the shield and then let go, it cancels your momentum? It's impossible to do that with the Vorpal Blade. With the Hallbean, you can end up getting stuck there, not actually backdashing if you time it wrong. Vorpal is literally the best item in the game for backdash canceling. And he's choosing to use the freaking Hallbean Dagger. I cannot. You cannot backdash cancel with Chrysogram, no. The animation takes too long. I think at task level, you can technically do it and make it ever so slightly faster than just frame perfect backdashing. However, Vorpal is like insanely fast because it's a single slash. The Chrysogram, however, you're locked into the animation of like 3 or 4 slashes. It's the same reason why the Hallbean Dagger is worse. He's not even using it. He's just backdashing. I can't. I cannot. Chat, I can't. Style? There's no style in going slow. Where is Flight? They have gravity boots already. Flight is probably just in the caverns because Jewel of Open was locked behind gravity boots. That's probably the progression chain. Besides my disappointment in Swarm for choosing the suboptimal backdash cancel weapon, he is still routing this insanely well, and his movement is really good. So, you know, it's fine. Like I'll say during all these races, I, as the host of this tournament, and as the previous winner of the most recent tournament, am allowed to be a little judgmental, especially if it's erring on the side of funny, right? At the end of the day, I'm just trying to be a little bit funny with my commentary. I hope nobody in the tournament takes anything I'm saying seriously. But you in chat and you in the YouTube comments, you can't say anything mean about these players because they would dust your ass. They would roll your ass up and smoke your ass so bad. They're in top 8 of the tournament. What are you doing? You're watching the tournament. That's the difference. That's the difference. Meal ticket. Oh, if that was a library card, Swarm would be like so set right now. So incredibly set. Yeah, that's strange that Hornet... Don't tell me we're not doing another forgetting about Gravity Boots situation, are we? Did Hornet forget about Gravity Boots? Or does Hornet plan on coming back to do Gravity Boots later? Interesting. Hornet didn't go through lab? Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, no, then that makes sense that he's skipping Gravity Boots. He went from Outer Wall to Caverns, yeah. No, he's doing Caverns first because it's the next step in the progression chain. That makes sense. Thank you, Dinner Dog, for informing me on that. If I see another forgetting Gravity Boots situation again, I'm losing hair. My hairline can't handle another Gravity Boot situation. I'm finding gray hairs in my mustache, okay? I'm aging because of these racers and their decisions. Yeah, I'm going to have to rebrand whenever I go bald, as all streamers do. Everyone knows every streamer goes bald. I can no longer be pink hair streamer, pushing 40. Please be a library card. Another meal ticket! Ah, Swarm! Your library skip. If you just find a library card, it's going to be all worth it. Ooh, Garnet. Yeah, definitely grab that. The shop's got some good stuff, and they're likely going to have to go back. All right, let's see it. This seems to be the highest complexity location available right now, what Hornet is checking. So let's go ahead and actually, real quick, switch our focus to nothing. It was literally nothing. Wow, so it was bait? What else have they found that's flight locked? A random ring? I really thought Merman was going to lead to something because Merman was flight locked. And it's assumed that the Caverns has flight. Wow, I did not expect that to be nothing. Yeah, I don't think Hornet expected that either. Meanwhile, Swarm with a check over here and finds glasses. What? My whole world is crumbling. What is going on? Oh, is that a library card on Hornet's screen? If that's another meal ticket and there's 3 separate meal tickets that are easily found in the seed, I'm going to poop. So I'm getting absolutely bodied. There's Leapstone, so there's their flight. Strange. A third meal ticket! I'm pooping. I'm literally pooping. I'm literally pooping. Can I get a poop emoji in the chat? Oh my god. No way, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so sad. This seed sucks, dude. And Swarm's route's looking kind of rough right now. This library skip kind of not super paying off. He's going to have to go to the library now. He has potentially more money. I haven't been paying attention to whether or not he's found any cash. Another meal ticket. I'm shitting my pants. Another. If that's another meal ticket, Hornet just passed another possible meal ticket under the bridge in the caverns. If that's another meal ticket, my pants cannot hold any more shit right now. Please. Just be a library card, please. Oh, Hornet, what do you, don't untransform there. You can swim up with the wolf. Swim up the waterfall with the wolf. Ah, it's nothing. Does do the save split. I feel like if you have gravity boots in Lycanthrope, you don't save split that, right? I feel like with gravity boots, it's like slower to save split. I could be wrong. It's probably close to even, to be honest, but still. Swarm is finally committing to doing the library. If he has, what was it, 8K for the duplicator? That could be huge. That could be huge for him. I don't think I saw him pick up any money, though. Hornet, please tell me that this is a library card. Yes. Okay, everybody unpoop yourselves. We're fine. Everyone clean up. We are no longer in the poop zone. We have found a library card. Does Swarm need the duplicator? There's a library card he's going to find later. Yeah, that's going to be real nice. Infinite library card sounds really good. Except he won't be able to afford it. He didn't pick up the diamond. There is a known diamond. It's just kind of out of the way for these players. Will these players pick up that diamond at all? Probably not. Hornet didn't pick up the diamond yet. It's all the way in, ooh, boners rise up. The diamond is in, on the way to Spirit Orb. They didn't have flight for it. Hornet's grabbing the warp. Why? If you're not going to leave, why grab the warp? You have the library card. You're probably going to use the library card to leave. Unless your plan is to... Yeah, I don't think Hornet really thought that through. Why grab that warp? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense here. Regardless, I think Hornet ends up in the lead now? Am I wrong? I think the only thing Hornet hasn't done is Alrox's quarters and the Alchemy Lab revisits. Oh, yeah, I think he just skipped like a really good weapon there. I think that might have been Mornblade. But I guess it doesn't matter that much. If Hornet doesn't know how to do the Dark Wolf strats, that's going to be rough, because this is a perfect seed for Dark Wolf strats. Dark Wolf, obviously referring to, for those that don't know, being able to check the Spike Breaker room. You're just going to skip that Garnet, brother? When there's a duplicator? Did he not see the duplicator? He must not have saw the duplicator. He must have thought, oh, I got no money. I'm not going to check any of the items in the shop. Swarm doesn't know there's a duplicator in the shop. That's bad. That's bad. Hornet did find that Garnet, for sure. I think the duplicator is still 8K, though. He's going to library card? He doesn't know how to do Dark Wolf! This race is crazy. I think Swarm is winning this now, just because I know he knows how to do Dark Wolf. He's practiced it a lot. This is why you need to know how to do it. It's so useful. Being able to check the Spike Breaker location essentially whenever you want. You don't need to worry about getting Spike Breaker. You don't need to worry about Mist and Power of Mist. You don't need to worry about Bat. And Spike Breaker is such a high complexity location that it almost always is worth it. And if you went all the way to Grand Falloon anyways, and then you don't do Spike Breaker, that's rough. Genuinely very rough. I think Swarm has a massive advantage now because of that. Granted, he's probably not going to pick up the duplicator, but I don't think the duplicator is going to be enough to save him the time, for Hornet to save time, even if he has a duplicator right now. And Hornet used his one library card too. So that was his one library card. He doesn't get any more. Honestly, if you're gonna do this and use that library card, I think it's better. You're better off just save splitting Grand Falloon and then just using the warp instead. Because the library card's not even that much faster from just using the warp with a save split. I think you could have a much more useful library card later on if you use a library card like to go from the second castle to the first castle, for example. Hornet's also finding that Vorpal Blade. Swarm is probably going to check Holy Symbol right now, right? Oh, he almost skipped it. Skipping Holy Symbol would be an insane move, but also very funny. So let's think about the complexity chain right now. We're looking at layer 0 Gravity Boots, layer 1 Jewel of Open, layer 2 Leap Stone, and then layer 3. Okay, at least he grabs that Garnet. Whatever. That's not enough, though. That one Garnet's not enough to buy the Duplicator. The Duplicator is 8K. So, second castle is layer 5, because Holy Glasses was flight locked. So they're probably going to find... They can either find Mist or the other ring, I believe, or both Bat and Echo on the same layer. Those are the three options that they're going to find in second castle. This is why you get the snorkel, by the way. This room is why you get the snorkel, and also the second castle is a little bit easier to maneuver through as well. The inverse caverns. Swarm should have enough HP here as long as he's not doesn't panic. Yeah, he's fine. I mean, Swarm's still doing well. Now, the question is, will he check Merman? Merman ended up being nothing this seed, right? Yeah, it was nothing. Get me in this tournament, coach. I'd be skipping Merman every time. And also, I'd be winning every time, obviously. Ring of Vlad. 3 Vlads found in the first castle. Not again. Not again. Can all 5 be in the first castle? Technically possible, yeah. It's very unlikely. One of them is likely in the second castle as a random Vlad. The final Vlad is probably in a high complexity location back in the first castle. But there is shared complexity between potentially Silver Ring and Soul of Bat. Very interesting. Yeah, there's the three Vlad relics found for Swarm. He's gonna go do Dark Wolf. He might skip Grand Falloon. Hornet has to do all rocks and then go to second castle, which is actually pretty fine. Yeah, Swarm is setting up for Dark Wolf. This is actually going to be pretty even going into the second castle, and neither of them should have a library card to go from second castle back to first castle. Because no matter what, they're going to the second castle now. In fact, if Swarm was smart, Swarm would save his library card. No way, that's a... Yeah, that was a meal ticket. Okay, I was going to say, that's not a library card. If Swarm is smart, he knows he has to go to the second castle and come back. Unless he also check... Well, I guess unless he thinks that Grand Falloon has a random Vlad. This is Dark Wolf, by the way. You're using the invincibility from the Shield Rod. To stand on the spikes after doing like a precise setup. Perfect Dark Wolf from Swarm, and he's likely going to find either the Final Vlad here or like a ring that leads to Final Vlad or something. I think this might have to be part of the complexity chain. It's very unlikely that it's not. Okay, that's Final Vlad. So now Swarm just needs to go straight to the second castle. Straight up. Yeah, he's skipping Grand Falloon. But if you had saved that library card, though... Wait. No, I'm stupid. I'm smoking big weed. Ignore everything I said. No, Swarm did this right. The last Vlad relic is most likely just a random Vlad in the second castle. No, I misspoke. No, Swarm is winning this, straight up. I was thinking, oh, you have to come back to the second castle or back to the first castle anyways to find the last Vlad relic. But he literally just found the last Vlad relic. That is like 99.9% chance the final Vlad relic. So this is the correct play from Swarm. So now between the two of them, it's a race to go to the second castle. The only downside is Hornet doesn't have the final Vlad because he didn't do Dark Wolf. Swarm did. This is why Dark Wolf is huge. This is probably why Swarm chose this as a counter pick. He feels comfortable doing the Lycanthrope tech, and Hornet just wasn't comfortable enough to do it. And that's why we have a counter pick system. The whole point of it is that if you feel comfortable in a particular preset, you lose game one, it's like, dang, that sucks. But you have a counter pick to to fall back on, to reset the momentum. And that's also why we're doing best 2 out of 3, of course. If Swarm knew specifically that Hornet didn't know the tech, that'd be Gargantua brain. He almost just did Richter skip, by the way. Did you guys see that? That's actually way back in the day, before I started speedrunning the game. That was how you did Richter skip. I wonder if Swarm knows that. Because if he accidentally did Richter skip, I think he might end up getting... Is that a DQ? Like, if he activates the cutscene to skip Richter, like, you have to be careful. That is how you skip Richter. He has holy glasses? That doesn't matter. If you do Richter skip, it doesn't matter. You're still cheating. Richter skip is not allowed in the rules. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you look up, like, how to do Richter skip or Richter skip, and you find a video that's, like, 15 years old, you'll see that version of Richter skip, where you go just full speed and jump off that slope as Wolf, and if you hit it just right, it's basically the same idea behind Brakeless, the Brakeless Richter skip. It's just that you're doing it faster. And that's exactly how the old version of Richter skip used to work. No, accidental Richter skip would be a DQ in my tournament, because you need to know how to perform the game glitchless with the glitchless rule set. That's AKA skill issue. It can be done in vanilla, yes. That's how people used to speedrun the game. That's what I'm saying. It's not a Lycanthrope-specific Richter skip. Back in the day, the old version of any percent grabbed all the Wolf relics to skip Richter. Yeah, if you're unaware of like the restraints or like the way that the game works, that's a skill issue. I don't know what else to say. Like, you know. It's the same thing when soft locking at Scylla was a thing. Like, it's up to you to know that soft locking at Scylla is a thing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get like oopsie, do I get a restart because I soft locked at Scylla? Can we restart the race? It's like, no, that's a skill issue. It would suck if Swarm lost, but also, at the end of the day, you need to know these things. This is a tournament to see who's the best within the given rule set. We're not going to allow cheating just because it was on accident. It's still cheating. Oh no, I accidentally installed an aimbot. Uh-oh. Even if it is an accident, like straight up, it's still cheating. And I'm fairly certain Swarm would agree with me here too. Unless he doesn't, then I don't know. And I mean, it's public knowledge. You could know about this if you... Is Swarm DQ'd? No, we're talking about a hypothetical here. You guys are just so into drama here. You guys are just like, drama. Did somebody say DQ? Drama. No, we're talking about the hypothetical here. I'm just saying Swarm needed to be careful there, and he got lucky that he didn't cause Rector Skip to happen. Did Hornet not get the duplicator either? I feel like Hornet had access to those 2 garnets. What happened? Is he just not using it? I haven't been paying attention. I've been too busy talking about the drama. He's using the Yasasuna, so probably not. Yeah, Swarm with a massive lead here. I don't see a world where Hornet comes back here unless Swarm literally dies. Well, there's Echo. I guess it's possible for... No, it's not possible. He's not using the Yasasuna right now. Hornet did not select Lycanthrope. No. Shadow Lancer. You have it the other way around. Swarm is the one that selected Lycanthrope as the counter pick. This is why Swarm selected Lycanthrope as the counter pick, because he's much more proficient at it. He even knows like the mid-air jump tech, which is really huge. If you do the skill of Wolf off of a ledge, there's a brief period of time where at the end of the skill of Wolf charge, you can actually jump afterwards. So you just get a mid-air jump, which is really, really nice. Do. You know, I think barring a death, Swarm has a massive lead here, and this is going to go into a game 3. Because even if Hornet like went left side and found the random Vlad first, he still needed to go back to the first castle to go to the Spikebreaker location. Vorpal going crazy right now. Nah, that's GG's. Heart of Vlad acquired. We're looking at a 38-minute seed here. That's brutal. That's like the best place to find the last Vlad, too. It's literally as close as possible to the end of the game. He's going to get hit here. Yep. You got to know that that guy's there waiting for you, but it's fine. Very fast seed. Swarm did say he was down to race all 3 today. I'm going to have to ask Hornet, though, if he's down. We don't know what his particular restrictions are, potentially. You know, even with having already done Spikebreaker, which Hornet hasn't done, Swarm is still just ahead straight up. That's crazy. What was the Gamba on this one? What was the split? Let's see. It was closer to 50-50. It was 60-40 this time, Swarm's favor. Yeah, Hornet's going to have just enough time to see that this is the random Vlad, and he'll probably be able to piece together what happened once he realizes he's lost. Yeah, it seems like they skipped like 3 layers or something like that. They probably skipped a layer that had bat, a layer that had mist. And I think the rings plus Echo are probably on the same layer. here in the second castle, something like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm just going to give it to him now. Swarm won't die here. There's a 0% chance. I'm just going to give him the 1-1 here. We do have to wait for him to finish up here. However, yo, is that a Heaven Sword? Hold on, wait. Everyone pause. Hornet can still win this. He just got the Heaven Sword, okay? Hear me out. It's the best weapon in the game by far. Especially if he had 2 of them, he would win immediately. So I can't believe he's using the freaking Halbane dagger to do damage to Dracula, but you know what? He's doing it with swag. He's doing it in style. 39-17. Hornet sees it. GG's. You love to see it. I'm going to figure out right now if we're doing another race.
You have been doomed ever since you lost the ability to love.
And we are getting back into it for race number 3. All 3 races today. Let's see it. And Hornet decides to run it back with Lycanthrope. Kind of an unconventional pick. I don't think anybody has won their run back races yet in this tournament. I think we've only seen one with Safe Logic before. I could be wrong, though. Pretty much back-to-back perfect prologues for both of these players. You love to see it. Swarm is missing his tracker, however. So we'll see if he notices. His tracker's messed up. That happens sometimes. A little bit of a technical error. Maybe they just got back into the race a little too quickly. Oh, he figured it out on his own. Nice. Yeah, he probably noticed. He probably has OBS open. Makes sense. Last prediction did get paid out, Exbalol. It did. And we're starting a new one. We got some time. We're probably going to close the prediction soon if you want to get your bets in now. I recommend doing it in the next minute or so. Probably once these players are done with Death Skip, I'll cut it off. And I imagine both of these players are hitting Death Skip again. I don't need to explain it to you guys again. Ooh, Heart Refresh. Unless you just joined the stream very recently. Essentially, Wolf go very fast, go so fast, Death don't take away gear. So long as you jump at the right time and untransform at the right time. Both of these players get it. And let's go ahead and call off that prediction. Last second gambles are done. Talisman to start with. Yo, they're basically invincible if they're lucky enough. Dark Armor's actually great. And Gravity Boots at the start. This is neck and neck. Now let's see which one of them turn around after exiting the area to check castle entrance. I think Swarm doesn't do it, but Hornet does. I like this play better. I think if you're going to check Alchemy Lab anyways, you might as well do castle entrance as well. And this is Lycanthrope. Your movement is so much more effective in Lycanthrope than in any other preset. You're able to go back to the entrance very, very quickly. Because you got the wolf movement. You get to say hi to Slogger and Gaibon on the way. It's a good time for everybody. And a library card. Well, well, well. Now things are getting a little spicy. Little early library card. Swarm might miss that library. Just kidding. He gets one too. It doesn't. Whatever. I mean, Hornet gets 2, I guess. But like, yeah, you don't even need to save split this. He's getting hit a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. So many library cards to be found, apparently. Dude, this seed is insane already. Swarm is definitely in the lead. Does he have enough MP for a Tetra Spirit? I don't think he does. Okay, now he does. Yeah, he was aware that he didn't have enough, so he had to wait a little bit. He's messing up the input, though. He's messing up the input a lot. And he gets there. Well, that's a lot of missed inputs. Refined Hornet has a chance to catch up because of this. And he's definitely going to find that second library card, too. Echo. Wow, Echo in Logic before Bat. Very interesting. I do like that both of them decided to skip that, I think it's the leather armor check on the other end of that one room. Because it's one check, but you save like 5 or 6 seconds skipping it. It's pretty good. I do like that these players are pretty heads up in their like belief in themselves to skip checks and just play better. You love to see it. Especially in Lycanthrope, when you start with the shield rod, you start with good mana, like good magic attack potential. Like, I don't know. Lycanthrope's very comfy. Second library card. Hornet's probably feeling super jazzed up about that one. And Swarm finds Merman statue. It's going to go ahead and pick that up. Now, it's still anybody's lead here, but I am curious, since Swarm is in the lead as far as, like, the route that they're both going to be taking here, I'm curious to see what he ends up finding next or where he goes. Does he do out of logic clockwise route? I don't think everybody is sold on that idea. I think out of logic clockwise can end up biting you in the ass, but at the very least, he's going to check gravity boots. And it's nothing. Okay. Yeah, no items either. Very interesting. And it looks like he's going for it. He's going for clockwise. So, I mean, I guess it does make sense, actually, because you have gravity boots. So most of your checks are actually going to be, most of the gravity boots checks will be found along this path, because you're going to check the Colosseum, and then you're going to check Leapstone, which is the other one. The only other one that you're missing at that point would be Fairy Card, but then you check that at the end of the clockwise. Meanwhile, you're doing all of the out of logic flight stuff. No, this is good. No, this is the correct play for sure. Yeah, I think clockwise is a good idea. Swarm gonna save the game to refill MP here. I guess he wants to make like 100% sure. Refined Hornet getting a spaghetti drop, by the way. 100% sure that he has enough MP to make it up the shaft to Alrox's quarters, because he is low leveled, so each gravity jump is gonna cost a decent amount. Very interesting. I have a feeling this is going to be a fast seed. I mean, I don't know. Early flight like this. Ooh, Hornet doesn't have a lot of MP, but yeah, he should have enough to make it up here, though. Swarm, yeah, definitely grabbing the warp here. Makes sense. Yeah, Hornet's basically just going to be copying whatever Swarm has already done here, just about a minute behind, because he has that extra check under his belt. And he does have an extra library card. We'll see if he ends up, like, finding an interesting way to take advantage of that extra library card, but I don't know if clockwise actually lends itself to any early library card strats. Ooh, Swarm, be careful. You have the diagonal gravity jump, or I guess you can do the aerial reset. That works, too. Starulite, literally useless. One of the worst items in the game. And Swarm's going to refill here. Oh, has to be careful. Yeah, he was at an awkward angle. That is one of the downsides to having Gravity Boots and Wolf as your form of flight, because you don't have air control when you untransform from the Wolf transformation, and that's how you gain access to the aerial gravity jumps. So you have to basically only maneuver using gravity jumps. Damn, Swarm is so smooth at doing that. Getting through that gap while going like full speed as Wolf is not easy. I always like had to intentionally slow down to make that jump. Seems like he's going for something else here. Swarm throwing out the Gradius Stars. Trying to block some projectiles, perhaps. Meal ticket. If that was another library card, I would have screamed. Hornet doing some greedy checks here, but finds a Medusa shield. Never mind, it's not greedy. It's Gargantua brained. Well, Hornet has a strat for Alrox. By the way, if you do not have a good weapon for Alrox, just use your fists. Your fists are most of the time good enough to destroy phase 1 of Alrox, and then you put on Shield Rod for phase 2, or you just spam spells for phase 2. Phase 1 of Alrox, just use your fists. This is a PSA for everybody watching. And honestly, Hornet's catching up so much because Swarm is having such a bad fight. You got to know how to fight Aurochs early if you're going to commit to the clockwise route. It's one of the dangers of this route, but it's one of the reasons why this route is so fast. Because you get a lot of checks done early, but like if you're not proficient at these fights, it ends up kind of screwing you in the long run. Swarm exits the room at 9:10. Yeah, Hornet's showing off the fist strat. The idea, well, he kind of messes it up because he got a little too close. But the idea is you have to wait for him to do an attack, and then you punch him the whole time. But he's just messing up his spacing. So actually, they're both messing up this fight. This was Hornet's chance to catch up. And the thing is, you don't want to chase Aurochs because he'll always put himself in the corner, and that'll force him to warp out of the corner, which is slower. But here, Hornet should have a pretty easy shield rod here. Yeah, in my experience, the easiest way to get to take down Aurochs is to just fist them. Fisting Aurochs is good for everybody. Everybody enjoys a good old fisting of Aurochs. Now, Hornet's going to have to be careful because his HP is getting a little low. Has just enough for another Medusa Shield spell. It's honestly not doing that much damage. Okay, but he does it. He's still a little over a minute behind here then. Jeez. Stressful Aurochs fights. That is for sure. I mean, that is the randomizer for you. I mean, when else are you forced to fight Aurochs basically at level 4, 5? The only bosses they've killed is Slogger, Gaibon, and Aurochs. So that does just show the skill that these players have, that they're able to, maybe not the cleanest way possible, but they didn't die. Many, 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 many runs have died. Many randomizer runs have died because of early Aurochs fights that just don't go well. I've died at Aurochs before in tournament settings or competitive race settings. It happens. Yes, Lycanthrope was the counter pick, aka the run back from Hornet. So Swarm picked Lycanthrope last race. Hornet was the one that got the counter pick this race, and Hornet decided to run back Lycanthrope. That is allowed in the rules. This is an interesting idea. Hornet is taking advantage of that extra library card and is going to library early. Now this is where things are going to start to get a little spicy. What does Hornet find? Let's find out.
I'm interested.
Leapstone gets so much better. He has the money too to buy some extra stuff. What's in here? Power of Sire, not worth buying. Mana Prism, not bad. Maul Blung, I mean, he already has the shield rod, but it's just an upgrade. Anything else? Covenant Stone. I'd grab the Covenant Stone. Covenant Stone's great.
Thank you.
A 1 Mana Prism? Is that it?
Farewell for now.
2 Mana Prisms? That's all you're buying? That feels like not what I would choose. Picking up that Holy J, you know you gotta have it on you. Smoke them if you got them. And Swarm is finding absolutely nothing. There's Gold Ring. Very interesting. And what does Swarm find up here? But Jewel of Open. Interesting. Now, how does this change things? How does this affect Hornet's route? Is he going to grab the warp? Or does he think, oh, I have another library card, so I won't grab the warp? Oh, there's a random Vlad, the Heart of Vlad. Interesting. So Swarm finds Eye of Vlad and Jewel of Open. Hornet finds Leapstone and Gold Ring. Pretty big route divergence so far. Honestly, at that point, you probably just wait for the elevator to rise up, but that's fine. And Swarm is going to skip Fire of Bat and the library and go straight into the caverns. I mean, it makes sense. He can full clear all of caverns and all of mines with the relic setup that he has right now, and it's likely the next step in the progression chain. So I think Swarm is onto the correct idea. Hornet, on the other hand, I think might be struggling a little bit with this. The only downside is Swarm is missing out on Leapstone, so his movement's going to be slightly more awkward because of that, but it's not the end of the world. Like, he can manage with this movement. Like, you can do the Dark Bat setup. Ooh, Yasasuna again. He does have a library card as well, so I guess it makes sense to save library for later when you already have your library card. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think Swarm is actually in the lead because of this decision. This is big brain. He's missing a library card, and he'll likely not actually find it because he's likely going to combine Castle Entrance with the Merman statue check itself. And if he does that, he's not going to find the library card because Hornet found the library card because it was the breakable next to the room where death takes away your gear. And Storm's not going back to that room anytime soon. So Hornet does have one extra library card and will likely have that as an advantage, potentially. But he already used one in a way that's like, I guess, pretty decent. Like, he skips out on the backtracking through the chapel, I guess. We'll see. We'll see. Katana, yeah, not great. No, I think Swarm definitely has the advantage right now. Just kind of a heads-up play to just go to where the progression is. And we know that Hornet, at the very least last seed, didn't do the Dark Wolf stuff. So he might feel uncomfortable trying to do that again once he finds the Jewel of Open. This is why Dark Wolf is so good in Lycanthrope, by the way. It gives you such a high chance of basically always having access to the Spikebreaker location, which is always a high-value location. Or at the very least, it's like more likely to be a high-value location than any other location that you can like skip into. So knowing that strat is just so important. Essentially, so long as you have Jewel of Open and like anything else, like, you're fine to do that skip. Yeah, Dark Wolf goes crazy. Yeah, Hornet decided to run it back with Lycanthrope. It's an interesting decision. I mean, I don't think Hornet played poorly necessarily. He just didn't go for the Dark Wolf strat. Maybe in his mind, he's like, it barely comes up. It's not that important. It's like, to be fair, there are many, 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 many iterations of Lycanthrope seeds where it does not matter. It never comes up that you need to know Dark Wolf. But right now, we're having two back-to-back. So maybe that's just kind of unlucky for Hornet. Or maybe Hornet knows how to do Dark Wolf and just didn't do it last time for some reason. Maybe he forgot about it. Maybe he forgot about it, much like how a lot of you have forgotten to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I mean, you're already watching on YouTube. You might as well subscribe. I know you forgot. You're watching a 2-hour-long race VOD. You're 2 hours in. This is race number 3, and you haven't clicked the subscribe button? That's kind of weird, man. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Speaking of kind of weird, we're seeing the forbidden route from Hornet. Uh-oh. That's kind of an indicator that his route might be a little subpar. Dark Wolf is one of those techs that literally takes like, what, 20 minutes to learn how to do? And then you like have like almost a 100% success rate at it. Like, it's not hard to learn. What is Dark Wolf? You'll be seeing it in a little bit here once Swarm gets to the catacombs. Ooh, finds Mist. Interesting. That's going to make his library card a lot more potent because he's going to be able to full clear library with that. Essentially, the idea is that you use the wolf's movement to set up on a specific pixel to make the the Spike Breaker room a lot more manageable without any other relics. Essentially, all you need is Leap Stone plus the Wolf relics, or Gravity Boots plus the Wolf relics, and you're able to get through the Spike hallway in the dark. That's why it's called Dark Wolf. And it looks like Hornet's going to be also entering the caverns now. Honestly, Swarm with the advantage again. I mean, he only has the one library card, but Hornet is likely going to be using the library card in the same exact spot that Swarm is going to be using it. And then Swarm is also probably going to check Bat in the same way that Hornet's also going to check Bat once he finds Mist. So Swarm is just in the lead by like 2 minutes here, I think. I think that's just like a solid 2-minute lead. The only thing he hasn't checked actually is Fire of Bat and Entrance, actually. So maybe it's actually closer than I thought. Ooh, Holy Sword is actually a great pickup. Love to see a Holy Sword. Because Hornet has Entrance already done, so that's not bad. And it looks like Swarm is going to check Merman and Entrance back to back. I don't think he save split this. But we know that Entrance is nothing, right? Oh, Hornet picks up the Axe Lord armor? It's over. Yeah, no, Hornet's winning this. Swarm doing some janky strats here. He's not going to make that jump. That jump, I don't think you can make that from that position. Just ride the boat, brother. Oh, just kidding. I was proven wrong. Never mind. Never ride the boat. We skip in that boat. Is there a reason why Swarm doesn't have the J? Because it was in the library. That's why he doesn't have it. If Swarm is a constant J skipper, I don't know what to say, man. That was Fire of Bat. Obviously, if it was Soul of Bat, Swarm would have picked it up. You always smoke the J. Come on now. You gotta smoke that J. Yeah, Swarm is finding nothing in both of these checks. I really hope he save split. Otherwise, he's losing a lot of time for this. And if Hornet... Because he skipped Merman last time. Hornet's likely going to skip Merman again. If he skips Merman again, that's more time save for Hornet for him to catch up. Yeah, Swarm didn't save split. Heaven Sword. Hornet also has Leapstone already. Hold up. I think Swarm is still in the lead slightly, but not by a lot. Because Hornet does have to ride the boat, and the boat is slow as heck. As long as Hornet commits to skipping Merman, he's big chillin'. And he probably will, actually, once he sees that Mist is in this location. In fact, after you find Mist in this location, I feel like skipping Merman makes sense. Because at best, it's a random Vlad. Yo, Drac Tunic, nice. Yeah, Hornet also has Underwater Wolf movement. So he's not that far behind. We're looking at 22:33 to enter the Abandoned Mines. $22.33. Yeah, Hornet's movement with the wolf is good. I understand why he counterpicks this. I mean, if it comes down to Dark Wolf again, that sucks. And that's kind of like a skill issue. You got to know how to do it. But we'll see. I mean, if Power of Mist is found right now, then it doesn't matter, but... It's not Power of Mist. Ice cream's so good. Yum, yum. Ah, Hornet. Doesn't got the chutzpah. Knees weak, arms heavy. Vomit on a sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. Oh. If Hornet committed to that, he'd only be about a minute behind. Now we're looking at probably closer to 2 minutes behind. So that honestly might have just saved Swarm's life, because I don't think Swarm is... Because he has more checks that he's going to need to do in the library than Hornet does. But Swarm's library is going to be more efficient. Oh my god, he's getting absolutely beat the hell up by these plants, though. And those gremlins are setting those plants on fire. Is there a particular reason why those gremlins might be interested in perhaps setting that plant on fire? Is there some sort of medicinal usage that I'm not aware of, or... What time is it right now? Is that 4:20 o'clock, perhaps? Swarm dumping all of his magic right now to try and kill Granfaloon. Gets it done. Hornet, where are you going? Grabbing the Onyx? Going out of your way for the Onyx feels a little... I feel like the shop wasn't that good. But I mean, sure. What did I say the time was? It was 23:30 versus 25. So he's a minute and a half behind. That's still doable. A minute and a half isn't that much time loss. Oh, it's 22:33? Then he's 2.5 minutes behind. That's tough. If he's a full 2.5 minutes behind, that's a left side angle IMO on God No Cap. Oh, and he's not going to be able to do Dark Wolf again unless he remembered how to do it in the last, like, hour. Maybe he looked up a video for how to do it between last time and this time. Because Swarm's going to go do it right now. On God No Cap. All right, Swarm, let's see it. Are you using Fire Shield? Oh my god, he finds the pixel right away. This is Dark Wolf, untransformed. Oh, but he doesn't get the gravity jump. Uh-oh. This is actually really dangerous. Finds the pixel again. He's gonna need to heal. Unless he believes in himself. Gets the gravity jump. Oh, it's Shaman Shield. He's fine. Okay, he should be good here. He hit this last time. Okay, that's plenty of iframes. You should be able to make it to the end. There it is. Perfect Dark Wolf outside of that one little snafu. And he's good. Honestly, I would have healed, but I'm a baby. Yo, and a diamond? Oh my god. Freaking Minecraft diamond sword. Oh, and of course it's another Vlad Relic. Of course it's another Vlad Relic. Oh, and a Mana Prism. Yes. Hornet, I really hope you looked up a guide for how to do Dark Wolf. Does anyone have a video on it? I made like a YouTube short. Hornet, please.
I'm interested.
Please, you have to. He's going somewhere. He has an extra library card, and he's not using it.
Thank you.
Damn, Swarm's got so much money. Double Covenant Stone. He puts on God's Garb. Brother. Your ass is buying a Morn Blade.
Thank you.
2 more. There's Mana Prisms. What's happening? He didn't spend any money on... He has 2 Mana Prisms. He thinks that's enough, I guess? Morn Blade? You're getting rid of the Mystic Pendant? Why? The Mystic Pendant is so good. Swarm, I can't agree. Your MP is going to be so much worse for the rest of the seed. The Mana Prisms were $2K and he had $20,000. Asdecorp, thank you for the Prime. Much appreciated. Hornet doesn't do the Dark Wolf strats again. No. Oh, Hornet, this was your counter pick. Oh, man. Pain. Pain. This is going to be a tight one. It's going to be a tight race. Oh, there's Silver Ring. Yeah. And I think Gold Ring is also in the library. Bro. And Hornet didn't grab the outer wall warp, so has the library card. Is forced to use his library card, even though he was in a warp already. Dude, Hornet is in a rough spot, straight up. I mean, we're back to the win con being that Swarm dies, I think. Not only that, I'm pretty sure he's aware that not doing the Dark Wolf strat is what lost him the last race. So to counterpick Lycanthrope again afterwards really is an interesting decision. I mean, it's clearly not paying off. He must just assume that, like, Dark Wolf only comes up every so often. Because when I was practicing Dark Wolf and I was doing, for my GDQ Lycanthrope run, I practiced Dark Wolf all the time, and then all of my practice seeds, never once did it really like come up that I needed to do Dark Wolf. So maybe he's confirmation biased into thinking that Dark Wolf doesn't happen that often. I don't know what the actual like odds are. It's basically the odds of Jewel of Open being in the first castle and Mist plus Power of Mist or Spikebreaker or Bat not being in the first castle as well. But, like, man, that's rough. It is really just, like, a skill check, for sure. Like, not knowing Dark Wolf and knowing Dark Wolf is basically the difference between not knowing Blind Bat and knowing Blind Bat. Like, especially for, like, Guarded OG. Guarded OG, going through the Spike Room in Bat form without, like, Echo was mandatory if you wanted to be like a good Guarded OG player or just like early seasons of the randomizer. Storm skipped Heart of Vlad. That's a little sus, yeah. I mean, he's going back down because he has the rings, guys. He's going back down, so he's going to go grab the Heart of Vlad right now. Yeah. No, he planned this out. Or I guess he's going to warp there. That's fine, too. That's why he opened the map. He wanted to check to see if he had the warp. That makes sense. Well, I mean, they're both going there to grab what is probably vanilla glasses, right? Right? No, it's Spikebreaker. Or it's glasses. Oh, this is why. Oh, it all makes sense. Storm wants to do Silver Ring first and then glasses. I was going to do it the other way around, but this makes sense too. Yeah, because you're closer to the warp if you do it this way. No, Storm's right. This is the right route. He's doing Silver Ring, then glasses. I would have done glasses, then Silver Ring. They're probably close to even, but I think Swarm ends up finding the better route here. Yeah, Hornet's doing it the other way around, too. Hornet's doing what I would have done, which is glasses, then Silver Ring. They're probably close to even. Good usage of that Mana Prism by Swarm. Yeah, he has the shortcut open, so it makes sense. And this is bad. Okay, so that's 100% glasses vanilla, then. Well, at least Hornet will have an option to check Spikebreaker. It's just that he's going to have to backtrack for it and lose a lot of time. Yeah, Echo just has to be second castle. Wait, didn't they find Echo earlier? Or am I thinking of last seed? I might be thinking of last seed. Yeah, I'm thinking of last seed. No, this seed they haven't found Echo yet. That makes sense. You know, Swarm is in a fantastic position here. Why is he going this way? Does he think he has glasses? He's gonna warp there? Doesn't he have the shortcut Does he not have the shortcut? If he doesn't have the shortcut, this makes sense. And now I'm confused why he did it this way. Because the way Hornet's doing it makes sense if you don't have the shortcut. If you do have the shortcut, I don't think the extra warp helps. Like, you could have just went through Alrox's quarters and it would have been just as fast, if not faster. So he doesn't have the shortcut. Then he should have just done glasses first. From outer wall. I feel like. Or even warp to Alrox's quarters to do glasses and then do Silver Ring afterwards. And then from Silver Ring, you just go to Castle Keep. No, the way Hornet's doing it, I think, is better. I mean, it's not that much of a deficit because Swarm is still winning by 10 kajillion years because he has an extra Vlad Relic. And I think he's just outright winning versus Hornet, like, one as to who's going to be going to the second castle first. So, like, even if they were racing to get to the second castle right now, I think Swarm still wins. So I think he's, like, big in the lead right now. He's going to use one of those 8 mana prisms. Hornet did also invest in mana prisms, where Swarm invested in getting all sorts of... getting dripped out, I guess. Hornet also does have that extra library card. So I guess he can go to Spikebreaker, then use his library card. To try and make up some time. Hornet doesn't know where to go. He's gonna go this way. He's gonna have to fight Hippogriff. Hornet hasn't fought Hippogriff yet. He skipped the chapel before. So he should have went back the other way, most likely. In fact, actually, going back the other way would have been better if you planned on going to a warp, I'm pretty sure. If he plans on going straight to the second castle, Hornet just loses. And he should know that because he hasn't found a Vlad Relic at a high complexity location yet. And the only high complexity location left for Hornet to check is Spikebreaker. So he needs to know that that is the final Vlad. Yeah, regardless, like I said, even if they were racing to go to the second castle from this moment, Swarm is still in the lead. So this is an absolutely, like, brutal comeback. Hornet's legit gonna have to do left side and find both Vlad Relics, I think. Hornet needs to go grab the final relic right now, then, which is what he's doing. Okay. And then he's going to need to do left side and then immediately find the last 2 Vlad relics at like Darkwing Bat Creature, I guess, is his best chance. Or actually even better might be Darkwing Bat into like Death, because Swarm isn't going to go to Death right away. And he might check Creature if there's only 1 Vlad remaining and he wants to be thorough. This is game 3. This is their tournament life's on the line. Every decision matters. Every little bit of time loss matters. The loser of this race is out of the tournament. The winner moves on to top 4. I'm pretty sure top 4 is where the money is too. I have to double check what my split... I wrote it in the tournament document, ! tournament, but I'm pretty sure top 4 is when we start paying out too. Yeah, Hornet's doing Blind Bat here. This is the old setup. He's not low enough. There he is. That's low enough. He has to do an upward wing smash, damage boost, downward wing smash. Perfect. Hornet, you just need to learn Dark Wolf. You were doing so well. Both of these Lycanthrope races would have been so close. Oh, nothing. Diamond, he can buy more mana prisms. Hold on. Hornet, now is your chance. You need to left side. You have 10 quadrillion mana prisms and bat and gravity boots and leap stone. You have all the relics. Another mana prism. Library card. You have a library. Where's his? Doesn't he have a library card? Am I smoking big fat weed? Did he use it? Oh no, he did use it. He did use it because, yeah, I talked about it before. He doesn't have the library card anymore. I forgot. He's going to have to go left side. Hornet, if you want a chance at winning this race, you got to go left side, especially knowing that you can't do Dark Wolf. Knowing that you can't do Dark Wolf, knowing that the last Vlad Relic was at Spikebreaker, you know you are behind. This is the most obvious you know you are behind moment. If you're going to pull out left side, this is the race to do it. You are basically, there's a giant neon sign constantly flashing saying you are behind by a lot because you don't know how to do Dark Wolf. This is your chance. And right now, Storm hasn't found anything on right side. Left side is the only way. Will Hornet commit? It's still relatively early because it's only been 40 minutes, but Lycanthrope seeds, they usually last around 50 minutes, so we'll see. Swarm also has no mana prisms anymore because he invested in Garnet Coin, and don't worry guys, it's going to the moon. You should invest in Garnet Coin as soon as possible. Put all of your savings into it. It's just that right now mana prisms might be a little bit more safe of an investment. But what the man doesn't want you to know is that safe investments are boring. Garnet Coin is forever. Hornet, you got to go left side. Come on. Swarm will not find a Vlad Relic here. I guarantee it. I will put all of my Garnet Coin down right now that Swarm does not find a Vlad Relic right here. See, it's just that easy. Literally nothing on the right side so far. Left side, left side, left side. Left side. You gotta do it. You gotta do it, Hornet. You just gotta believe. You just gotta believe. He needs to know that he's behind. And he has so many mana prisms. Like, one of the reasons why it's tough to do left side is because going from Darkwing Bat to creature takes a while, and if you don't have the MP to support it, it's really tough. He's not grabbing the warp. He's not grabbing the warp. Grabbing that warp is part of some left side ideas. Will Hornet be a leftist in this scenario? No! We lost him. We lost him to the right side. That's GG's. That's GG's no matter what, right? Unless Swarm dies. There's no coming back because, like, Swarm is like 5 minutes ahead at this point, almost. That is true. It is the right side, but it is not the correct side. At least not right now. People got to be left side believers one of these days, man. It's literally a coin flip to win if you're behind. It's literally a coin flip to win if you're already in a losing position. It's so good. Beelzebub is the last possible place for a Vlad Relic to be, and left side even covers Beelzebub if you do the modified left side route. Man. Man. How many races now would have been won by left side in this tournament? We've seen like 12 races that would have been won by left side. I feel like it's not bad, especially if you know all of the remaining relics are in the second castle. Left side ends up being incredibly efficient. It's literally the all bosses route. And all bosses is so efficient at going to all of the locations where the bosses are, which happen to be where all the relics are. It's called all bosses for a reason.
thanks for hosting this tourney for the community.
Godshot with the 20? Jeez, thank you. Just, can you please start convincing the Asa Clockers to try some left side, please? Just a single hit of left side will do you good. Just pass him a fat blunt of left side, please. Can you hit this? It literally would have won him the tournament. There was nothing on the right side. Left side wins again. But no one has the balls to commit. Hornet knew 100% that he was behind. That was his way to win. Man. Swarm needs to skip creature, and even then, I think he can still do the rest of the checks and get to creature before Hornet does. Assuming he doesn't skip creature. I think it's Jover. Am I trying to sow chaos? I'm trying to show you the truth! The truth! That left side's just good. It's just good. It's just good. Especially if you have the movement. If you have basically infinite mana prisms and wing smashes and gravity boots, if you have the all bosses movement, just do the all bosses route. There's a reason why it's called all bosses and why it's a speedrun and why it's so fast. Y'all need to start speedrunning real categories and stop playing randomizer so you can learn the truth about going fast in this game. Not only that, there's extra checks because of Force of Echo. It's crazy. It's crazy. I didn't notice there was 46 Power of Sires for Hornet. That's very funny. Is he going to Vile Stack? No, he is not Vile Stacking. Also, Swarm is covering all of his bases. Oh, he's Vile Stacking. Never mind, I lied. I thought he was going to do it earlier. Yes, sir, I'll start speedrunning tomorrow. Aye, aye, Captain. Hornet, skip Beelzebub. Do it. Oh, left side. Come on, people. Oh. Man. I really want this to be the tournament where people realize that left side you'll just win. You'll get it twisted. You will win. You will change your life. Left side is an investment. Hold on. What's the freaking copy pasta again? There it is. Get it twisted. Start doing left side. Left side is an investment. It is an investment only. You will profit. You will win. You will do all of that. You understand? You will become a billionaire and rebuild your fucking life. Come on now. I guarantee if Jupiter started doing left side, everybody would be like, no, dude, left side was always good. I've been talking about it. I mean, you see Jupiter, he's doing left side now. No, it's really good. No, Jupiter really showed me how good left side is. Meanwhile, I'm screaming my head off. I would do it if I'm losing. That's the thing. It's like, how do you know you're losing, right? There are very few moments where you know you're losing. Hornet had a giant neon sign just screaming, you are losing the game right now, because the final Vlad Relic was in a location that lost you the race last time because you did not do Dark Wolf literally 1 hour ago. It should still be fresh in your mind. But Hornet doesn't have the charisma, I guess. The constitution, the intel. What? Name more RPG stats. I'm running out. Luck. Wisdom. There you go. Moxie, that's an RPG stat, perhaps. Dexterity. He lacks the dexterity. No vitality. And there it is. Left side would have won so bad. It would have won so bad. Literally, creature into Force of Echo. It doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get better than that. Oh, man. How could this happen? How could this happen, bro? When will we learn? When will we learn that our actions have consequences? No, Hornet's not going to skip creature. Oh, man. 99% of left side skippers quit before their final Vlad. So true. This is a true statistic. So true. Swarm could still die. Mournblade, Heaven Sword, Double Covenant Stone, and God's Garb. You really think he can still die? I'm pretty sure Swarm could intentionally miss every dodge possible on all of these bosses and still out-heal the damage. His controller would need to die, yes. He needs like his dog. Does he have a dog? His dog would need to literally chew the controller, rip the cable in half. But this is GG's. He even throws the Heaven Sword. Oh, man. What an insane race. What an insane set of races. All of these races were incredibly close, all things considered. Hornet still had a chance, too. Left side is one day. We'll all see the truth. His wife would have to go into labor. So true. Even then, I think he's like, nah, honey, I'm winning this race real quick. Can you just keep the baby in for like 5 minutes? I'm about to beat Dracula. 2 minutes tops. No, babe, you don't understand. I have enough damage to one cycle. It'll be fine. Just don't poop out the baby yet, or whatever girls do. Labor lasts for hours. You can wait. Giga Chad. Oh my god, he's taking so much damage, guys. Oh no. Oh no. He's gonna die. He got hit so much. I'm just giving him the win. He does a one cycle? That's actually kind of funny. Never mind. Maybe his wife going into labor is a little bit more worried now because he didn't one cycle. There it is. 51-31. Jeez. What a absolute insane set of races.
How?
GG's. Swarm wins with the 2-1 reverse sweep, lycanthroping his way into top 4. That's huge. That is huge. Much like,
and make them your slaves.
Where's that? Just like Ren with the Prime sub. Much appreciated. It wasn't showing up on my activity feed for some reason. Well, thank you all so much for watching on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, join the live stream, all that fun stuff, and follow for more hot tournament action. Thank you, YouTube.